What's up? TJ back with us. Week 5 recap. We're gonna be recapping the Sunday games. We went 3-2 on our 5 best picks. Not the best, not what I was hoping for, but kind of broke even. Um, just the Titans and the Patriots kind of messed up those ones. I wasn't mad about the Titans game because that could have went either way. They kind of started off strong and then just didn't finish well on defense nor offense. And then the Patriots, that was just a bad pick by me. I expected the Patriots to bounce back, but they got blew out a fat 0 on the board. Man, Belichick, I don't know what's going on, man, but hey. But we gonna start right here, recapping the games. First, we have the 9 o'clock game that started out in London. We had the Bills and the Jaguars. And for some reason, the Jaguars have been beating the Bills. The Jaguars were already in London, so they had the upper hand. I took the Bills -5 just before the game. I also had my parlay that I have on my shorts. Dawson Knox missed it by two yards, and it could have had a big parlay right there. But Dawson Knox missed by 2 yards down to the end. The Jaguars, they just, they had that advantage by just being there because it looked like the Bills' offense, they came out slow, sluggish, and they did not play well for that first half. And they came storming back the second half, but it just wasn't enough. Bills defense got hurt a lot too. A lot of players. White was already out, and then they lost one of their best linebacker, Murrow. I think his name Murrow or something like that. Then they lost a D tackle. But yeah, I'm worried about the Bills defense. I had them as legit contenders, but now seeing everybody hurt, even Von Miller didn't even play like that. He was supposed to come back, but he ended up not playing like that. It's just this Bills defense is banged up. I don't think the Bills are bad because they lost, but I think there's just like a lot of issues with their defense and a lot of issues just with consistent offense from Josh Allen and consistent good play calling, because some of the drives it was just three and out after three and out after three and out, and to be like real contenders, you can't have that as an offense, especially when your defense is banged up like that. But that's what I'm pretty much worried about, because it seems like the linebacker, I can't think of his name right now. I think it's Marino or something like that. But I think he might be out for good. Tre'Davious White is out for good. Then you got Elam. Elam is not a good cornerback for the Bills. I don't think that he was getting burnt pretty much all game with Ridley. That's the name. Ridley was burning him pretty much the whole game. Trevor Lawrence looked good, and ETN too. Their Bills was not able to stop the run game Sunday. Elam 2 touchdowns. He had like 100 and something yards. But yeah, on to the next game. We got the Texans and the Falcons. The Texans actually played a good game. Falcons were good on offense. Riddler, he looked pretty good as their quarterback. He was able to give them like a lot of offense that they needed. Unlike last week where he really couldn't pass the ball and get the ball to his receivers like that. CJ Stroud still looks good as like a good looks better. He looked like he should have been the number one pick, pretty much. Looks better than Bryce Young. Hasn't thrown an interception. I think he broke like a record this game for like the most pass attempts without throwing an interception. The Titans could get a good defense around him, and actually like number one receiver. I know Nico Collins, he's been playing well, but like an actual number one receiver to pair with him, they'll be, well off. But that's pretty much it. And I think we had that game. I had the Texans winning that game, but the Falcons pulled out. I wasn't mad about that. Next we had the Lions and Panthers. I really didn't touch this game because I think the spread was like 10.5, and I just thought the Panthers would come out with better fight by being down 0-4, but they didn't. They really, they played, but it's just the defense banged up. Bryce Young is still young. He's still making mistakes. He could score. He could move the ball offense. They need some type of run game there to help them. They brought in Miles Sanders, but he's not really doing anything for them. Needs some better protection from the O-line, and then some more receivers. They traded DJ Moore, and now Bryce Young is there with really no weapons. He's just playing around with no weapons. And this game for the Lions really just like proves that they're ready to be, I wouldn't say contenders in the NFC, but they're up there. I would say they're getting close up there to Dallas. Like, they're moving up there because their defense is looking legit. It's their offense. Jared Goff hasn't been bad at all. He's been actually, better. I think this year than last year. He hasn't been making any mistakes. They have Saint Brown, and he's a tremendous offensive talent. Reynolds caught like 2 touchdowns today. But it was a pretty great game by the Lions. Really moved themselves up in the NFC division. The Titans and the Colts. I had this one as one of my best bets. I had the Titans plus. Wait, what they plus? No, they were -2.5. They were -2.5 at the time that I put it in. Yeah, the Titans. This game could have went either way. I feel Anthony Richardson, he started off playing really good until he got hurt. He got hurt and he's out for the rest of the game. And I always say that, like, by running quarterbacks, there are pros and there's cons. Like, you seen the offense that they had with him in the game. Like, it was great. You have that dual threat, like, oh, is he gonna run? And then he could also throw the ball deep. But at the same time, when you run the ball as a quarterback, you still have that risk of getting hurt, and you've seen that with him today. But the Colts have a great backup quarterback in Gardner Minshew. He stepped in, and it was nothing. The Colts didn't fall off. Gardner Minshew, he went in there and he showed out. He balled out. The Titans, they didn't have any running game. Like, Derrick Henry, I think he only had like 50 yards or something like that. They got down to the end where they could have scored. I think the Colts were up about like 4 or 3, and they went. I think they were up 4, but they end up going for it on 4th down, and they couldn't get it, and that's what ultimately determined the game, really. And the Titans really didn't have any chance. But on the upside for the Titans, it looks like Tannehill and D-Hop has like some type of good connection with each other. But Titans just gotta figure out their run game. They gotta figure out their run game because that's what the Titans are known for. That's what they're good at. And then also their defensive secondary, because it's like they can't. The passes go up. It's like they can't. They're really weak on that side of the field. That's what they need help on. But that's what that team's weak at. But it looks like the Colts, they got something good with their team, man. Then we have next the game. I also had this as a best pick. The Dolphins minus, I think it was like minus 12. And this track team, man. Dolphins track team, I think the 3 fastest like times of like a player running the ball like in the NFL is all from this Dolphins team. And you really just seen that today, like Tua just sits back, throws something over the middle field, and they're gone. Like their running back, can't remember his name. The running back for the Dolphins is Akuche or something like that. These dudes in these weird names, man. I mean, him and Tyreek Hill, man, that's a killer duo. Add Jalen Waddle to it, like, yo, you just play back and just pray, bro. Just pray you don't get beat. But yeah, Dolphins offense still look pretty much, I wouldn't say unstoppable, because we're beatable as we seen last week with the Bills. But if you don't have the defense to, guard them, or the offense to attack, go back and forth with them, as such as the Bills or as any another good offense. I would say the Chiefs, but Chiefs offense would look suspect this year in the AFC. But yeah, the Dolphins look great as usual. How I expected them to play. That's why it was one of my best bets. Now get to this game right here, man. The Patriots just have nothing. Like they play with no heart this game. Mac Jones, he just, I think his first year he had the good defense, he had the running game, so that gave him more like more flexibility on what he could do. Like this year, the offensive line isn't that good. They're banged up. The offensive line banged up. They don't have the running game this year, so he has no leeway with that. And their defense isn't as good as before. So what you're gonna get is these blowouts right here with Mac Jones. He literally just the Saints' first touchdown is a pick 6, and he's like he leads the league in giving away pick 6s, bro. He just gave away pick 6 last week. This week, beginning of the game, pick 6. Like, he just needs to be more careful with the ball. And I think the Patriots don't start him for the rest of the season. I think they're probably gonna go with Zappy. They're gonna go with him. And I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty much. I don't think it's the same player, but at this point I'm saying, like, Zappy better than Mac Jones. I mean, to give you a better chance than Mac Jones, because he's just too prone to turning the ball over, and this team is just bad right now. I mean, maybe they are one of the worst teams and they get a quarterback in the draft and build from there, but they got so many places to build on, like as far as the defense. And I mean, 2 of the best I mean, the dude they picked up, Gonzalez, he's out for the year, so he's not coming back. Judon, I don't know how long he's gonna be gone. Um, so yeah, I think that they should just try to just start over, bro. Start over. And as far as Bill Belichick, I don't know if he stays because losing, especially when you have a legacy like his, I don't think like people are gonna say like, oh, he's a terrible coach, or his legacy is gonna be tarnished because he might have a few losing seasons. But if you add that to your resume, it makes people like second guess, like, or have arguments against, like, are you really the best? You know what I mean? But like I think that's the question for the Patriots. Next game, we had the Ravens and the Steelers. The Ravens and the Steelers. This was a tight divisional game, just like I thought. This was not one of my best picks because of just this reason right here. I had Baltimore -4, and I also picked the under. The under hit, but Baltimore, they literally blew this game, man. They had it. They had the game, and that's what I'm gonna say about Jim Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. Like, take your points. Take your points. You playing a division rival. They had, I think, 2 times where they could have got a field goal. One time in the first half, and I think 2 times in the first half. I think they were at like the 40, and it was like third and 4 or third and 6. They could have ran the ball and tried to get something or something like that, but they didn't even try to do that. And then at the last play of the half, Lamar Jackson literally lets the time run out. They try to get in one more play, but why do that when you could kick a field goal and go up? What was it, 10-3? They could have been 13-3. Could have been up 10 at half, and that could have changed the momentum of the game. But also, I wouldn't put it all on like Lamar. The receivers dropped a lot of passes. Zay Flowers dropped a couple passes. Was it Bateman? Bateman dropped like a touchdown and like 2 other passes. I think even Duvernay was dropping passes. And then towards the end of the game, in the red zone. I think it was tied at this point, and Lamar Jackson, he throws a pick. He tries to throw a over shoulder fade to Odell Beckham. Like Odell Beckham could still jump, dude with no ACL or MCL, whatever. A dude with nothing in his knees for him to jump, thinking he's going to jump over him. And he kind of throws the ball like on the inside, like really low. Like I don't even know what he was doing right there, but he throws a pick, and they don't get no points right there either. It was just like a turnover game, like from what we've been seeing from like the Ravens these past couple of games against like division rival teams. Like, and Lamar Jackson, he wanted all this money. He wanted all the money to play for the Ravens, and they gave it to him. And now you gotta show up, bro. You gotta take your team and win this game. It's a 7-point game right here. You gotta execute. The receivers gotta catch balls too, but you still gotta win this game, man. But that's all I can see for the Ravens. I don't see them as like a bad team. I think they had a lot of mishaps this game, which lost them the game. I think they will win the next matchup against the Steelers when they play them at home. I think they'll win that game, kind of revenge game. I think they'll win that one. But this one, this was way too many mess ups. It should have not even been a hard game for them to win. It's just too many bad mistakes by the Ravens. And you can't do that against the Steelers with their defense, man. Their defense is legit. Uh, the Bengals versus the Cardinals. I had the Cardinals +3. Just like I said in the video, the reason I had Cardinals +3, the Bengals had to show me, and they showed me today that they're back. And Jamar Chase, like you said, he always open. Mr. 7-Eleven, Mr. CVS, Mr. Wawa, I don't know, but he is always open. He threw the ball to him. He had like I guess they made it a point because like Jamar Chase had broke the Bengals record for like most receiving receptions in a game by a Bengals receiver. Um, then he had like 150 yards and then three touchdowns. Like Joe Burrow looked way healthier than he did the past few games. He looked like he was throwing the ball with full motion, using his legs. And he had that, leg strength with the throwing. And I think he is back healthy, and I think maybe the Bengals grow on the run now, like they usually do. Start off slow, then go on the run. I think that does happen. But yeah, man, they showed me this game. I believe in them. Their defense is pretty decent too. Still have some questions about their run defense. James Conner was running all over them until he got hurt, but yeah. Also the Bengals run offense. This thing about the Bengals run offense too. I think like it's good and all to have like why I can't think of his name, Joe Burrow. It's good to have Joe Burrow throwing the ball in the backfield, but he shouldn't have to throw it all the time. Like you got to get some type of rushing game. Like I don't think Joe Mixon or maybe it's the offensive line, but there is I don't see no run game in with the Bengals offense really anymore. 'Cause I feel like they had that for like the past 2 seasons with Joe Mixon, but it slowed down a lot. But we'll see. Next we have the Eagles and the Rams. Eagles still 5-0. One of the two 5-0 teams. What's it, 49ers and the Eagles. And I think those teams meet this season, but if they don't, they probably will in the playoffs. But the Eagles and the Rams, I had the Eagles -4, which they covered. Eagles -4. And I want to say about the Eagles game, I didn't watch too much of this game, but I watched, of course, the end. Their defense stepped up when they needed to be, and it seems like that for the Eagles this year. Like their defense isn't like as spectacular as it was last year. They do have Jalen Carter, he's the rookie, and he had a sack this game. I think it's just their pass rush. It's not as dominant. It's not as dominant, and I don't think they still them losing Gardner Johnson too. I think that was a big loss too. But they still look good back there with Blankenship and I forget the other guy's name, but defense still look good and they step up when they need to be. Jalen Hurts is just like really like a tank, dude. Like when that guy is running, like he might look skinny, like, but this dude, I know y'all seen the video of him squatting like what was it, like 600 or something like that. Dude squats a lot, and you could see it when he's running the ball or when he's taking hits. Like he literally carries defenders down the field, and that's what helped him this game. He was able to escape the pocket a lot of times when he was pressured, pick up yards, got a lot of rushing yards. And then what he also does is he hits his wide receivers when they open. AJ Brown, every time he was open, he got it to him. Or if it's Devontae, he getting it to him. So Eagles still look the same, bro. They still look like one of them dominant teams in the NFC. I mean, I think the 49ers clears. I mean, they don't clear them, but I think the 49ers do look better than them this year. Last year, I thought the Eagles looked better than the 49ers. But this year, I feel like the 49ers look better than the Eagles because of the defense. That's pretty much the main reason. And then also, their offense looked great back there with Christian McCaffrey too. But the Eagles, they're they're figuring out a way to win these games, and they have a great coach, and they're still a dominant team. The Rams, they're playing better than everybody expected. That's all you could pretty much ask for them. With losing a lot of their pieces that won them that Super Bowl a couple years back. Cooper Kupp came in. He looked like he was the same Cooper Kupp. They got another Pakua. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, he's a great another wide receiver. So they look good on offense. It's just their defense. They get some better secondary pieces, maybe a linebacker, and hey, they back in contending again. But yeah, they look good. They look good too for what they have. And Sean McVay, he's a great coach. Like he's definitely like at least top 3 coaches in the league right now. Top 3. Next we have the Jets and the Broncos. This game was not hard to watch. This was one of my best bet games. Jets defense, they came out and did what they needed to do. I think Jets offense looked low-key better than, the defense, they had a lot of takeaways and stuff like that. They scored the last touchdown to help them win the game, but how easy the Jets offense was able to move against this Broncos defense is a testament to the Broncos defense. Everybody has been able to move the ball, even Zach Wilson. It's just crazy how the Broncos defense just went the hoop this year. Like, it was a great defense last year, and I don't think they missed that many pieces from their team. They just sent Randy Gregory to San Francisco, but they have pretty much the secondary. I think Simmons came back this game. They still have Surtain, and they have Jackson. I think he's the other safety, but this defense just way worse under Sean Payton. I don't know. This defense it's their defense. I feel like that's everybody's able to move the ball on them. Russell Wilson, he had some great plays this game, and then he also had some very, very bad plays this game. It's like with Russell Wilson, it's either you're gonna get really, really good, or you're gonna get really, really bad with him. It's like it's no consistency, and I think with him, he's escaping the pocket. He's looking for players, but I think he tries to do too much because just with him like running the ball, he's holding the ball in one hand and he doesn't see the defender fumble. And then I think on another play, I think he fumbled twice this game. He fumbled like 3 times or twice, something like that. But he got sack fumbled at one time, and I think it was like Quinn Williams or Wilson that got the ball from him. It was just a lot of that. He just got to hold on to the ball better, but Wilson is not. It's terrible. I don't want to say, but it's just the Broncos just need a whole restructure. I don't know. Maybe they get rid of Wilson, but they already paid him all that money. But that was one of our best bets. We hit this. The Chiefs game. this was also one of my best bets. So this is like the three that we hit. Um, Chiefs -4, one of my best bets. This game was I would say we what we expected. I expected a little bit more offense from both teams, but the defense kind of showed up for the Vikings, but they still couldn't stop Travis Kelce, which says a lot because when Travis Kelce went out with that injury, that's when they started to make their, little comeback. But this game, it always just felt like the Chiefs had the control of this game because they were up, and you felt like the Vikings wasn't gonna score every time, and then uh, Jefferson get hurt, and then you're really like, oh, they in trouble. They're in trouble right now. But Travis Kelce is the glue to the Chiefs. Like he's what keeps their offense going. Patrick Mahomes does a great job with trying to adjust with different players. But it's hard to when you don't have Kelce. Kelce make it very much easier, and it makes the offense look a lot smoother because without Kelce, Patrick Mahomes just throwing up long balls to different guys, like 10 different catches from, I think it was like 10 different receivers caught like a catch or something, like some crazy mess like that. But this game was pretty much what we expected. The Vikings, it's just their defense, man. Their defense not holding anybody. Kirk Cousins literally has to throw like a 350-yard passing game with 4 touchdowns for them to win a game. Like that should not be the case every game, bro. And then final game, like I watched all this game. I had 49ers -3.5. 49ers, man, what can I say? This is the best team in the NFL right now. I think I put in for this team to win the Super Bowl this year. I did last year too, but Brock Purdy ended up getting hurt. It kind of messed it up. But I put in this before the season started, and then I'm also go. I think I looked at it again. It was like plus 500. I might have go put another like whatever. I might put like another 25 on that, like on a plus 5, because I do not see nobody stopping this team. They just look head and shoulders over everybody. And Kyle Shanahan is a great coach. The way he schemed up the plays and the offensive line for Michael Parsons to not have any effect on this game. Like when I was watching the game, I'm looking, like I look and I'm like noticing like is Michael Parsons playing? Because I haven't seen him get to the quarterback at all. Like no rushes, like no hurry ups. Like Brock Purdy was just standing in the pocket, just taking his time. Brandon Ayuk, like Brandon Jennings, like Kittle, wide open. It's like he was getting no pressure at all. And then their running game was going. Their passing game, like their trick plays, like everything was pretty much perfect for this team this day. I think this is one of their like ceiling games right now. I think this is a ceiling game for them because everything went pretty much perfect, like how they wanted it to, especially for them. And I think for the Cowboys, McCarthy, he just got outcoached. He got pretty much outcoached by Kyle Shanahan, and the offensive coordinator, like they just need to do something different. Like they try to do the same thing against this team and just be like, oh, we're gonna be more physical than them. No, you're not. know your personnel, know your players. You're not more physical than the 49ers. The way you're going to beat the 49ers is some finesse. You got to add some finesse to your shit or something. Like, watch what Sean McVay does. Like, bro, you cannot come to the 49ers and think you're going to run the ball and we're going to just do play action with Dak, and we're gonna try to find CeeDee Lamb down the field, and we're gonna like, no, we're not gonna let you do that. You gotta do something else to where they're not knowing your every move. Like, if it just felt like the 49ers knew their every move and they stopped it before anything got going. Like, Dak couldn't do nothing. CeeDee Lamb was covered up pretty much the whole game. Like, they were perfectly covered over the middle, over the top. Like, he could not get anything going. He got one pass to Turpin over the top, and that was like some kind of like slant route, but it went up. Like, it was like some off guard stuff, which they could have ran more of. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Cowboys does not switch up their game plan with 49ers. The 49ers just have their number. But I think for the Cowboys, this is like one of their lowest points, like lowest that they could be. And I think that, for the Cowboys, they're gonna have to bounce back from this. And I think they will, especially against the Chargers. The Chargers, I do not think I got them beating the Chargers. I'm gonna see what the spread is, but I definitely got them beating the Chargers. Just because Daniel Staley, I think that's his name, Staley. He's not a good coach. The last year when Dallas played them, Michael Parsons was all over Herbert. He sacked him like 2-3 times. But yeah, I think the Cowboys do bounce back from this, but they just got to figure out something for the 49ers. Like, figure out something for the 49ers for when you make it to the playoffs. Or just hope and pray that somebody else take this team out. The Eagles, somebody luckily takes the 49ers out. That's what they probably hoping for, but that's about it. But that's it for the recap. We have the Monday night game today with the Raiders. I am picking my Raiders this game, but I'm gonna do a separate video for that. This video kind of been long enough with this whole recap. But I appreciate y'all for who stayed and watched the whole thing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate y'all. Peace.